see.
Now it says live. We're live.
Okay, she's got to come back. She needs to come back in. I think I kicked her out.
Oh, okay.
Accidentally.
All right. Okay, she's gonna try to call back in. All right, Wally. So, have you bought any other cryptos other than Bitcoin?
I have not yet.
Okay, she says she's waiting for us to call her. Can we do that?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, her thing is it's Glorious Health something, right? Glorious. No, not Gregory.
Not sure.
Look at the spell.
Oh, I don't have access to that. Let me see that.
No,
You
don't worry
said
about it.
okay, Winifred Perry.
What?
Her name is Winifred Perry.
Okay, I'll try that first.
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Cool.
Okay, she just got to invite again.
Okay. Sweet. Is she on?
Not yet.
Okay, where'd she go? Oh, that's a trip.
What's that?
Like a delay.
Can you see a new screen?
Yes.
What's it say?
Let's see. Hold on one second.
Do your eye test.
It says New Mystic and Bitcoin.
There you go. Now, what's that noise?
I don't know.
Oh, I get aliens on here.
Wally, what is going on? I'm hearing this crazy delay and this crazy noise.
It's not me. I have to mute you. Oh, it worked. I muted you. No noise. Yay. Okay. What's weirder? Okay, come on, do you? Oh, there she is. All right. We're going to start. And I'm going to put Elizabeth on mute since she has an ugly noise. No offense. Elizabeth, are you on? Say something before I put you on mute again.
Yes, I'm on.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on mute because you're the source of the noise.
Okay.
You should be able to type in the screen on the side. And I've got chat up. Okay, I got chat up. So you guys can chat. Key thing is, are you guys seeing my, are you seeing the full screen? I'm just going to believe you are. All right, so let's get started. Oh, whiteboard. So, we're getting started right now. Okay, so we're recording via MP3, via YouTube, via everything but my cell phone. So this is my view of what to say, led to wealth, join the journey. Yeah, that's kind of. So this will have heavy overtones for those who are believers, those who are not believers who watch it sometime. You can still watch. There'll be no condemnation on that. I think actually everyone can get rich doing what they're doing. So primarily, it's not a get rich quick for sure. It's definitely not that. It is secondary. Yeah, it's not a get rich quick scheme for sure. It is something, as the title says there, I was led to this, which means that you need to follow your leader, and I am not your leader, so that's clear. But this is, I guess, an information-only video and audio, right? I guess if I was really smart, I'd have one of those caveats, you know, please don't try this at home. This is only for trained professionals. This is only for those who walk by the Spirit. This is only for those who live by faith, not by sight. This is for fearless people. It's definitely for believers. Believers not in that necessarily you have to go to heaven type believers, but believers as in you got to believe beyond your understanding. Okay, because this is kind of a new thing, and it's not a Christian thing. Okay, it's a new thing, and most people who know Jesus, which is sad, we're kind of scary, and I mean scary as in we don't take a risk, right? All investments are a risk, right? Trusting Jesus is a risk, right? Because you don't see him. Anything you can't see and touch is a risk to your senses, okay? And so hopefully this discussion will help alleviate some of the risk. Oh, as they actually the words be would mitigate risk and kill fear. But the only thing that kills fear is love. Okay, so love and investing. How's that go together? Well, it's going to today. But again, this is information only. Awesome. Information, revelation, understanding, stories, and a very long intro with me making noises with my new whiteboard. So what else? Again, this isn't something that you have to do. It's something you get to do. I don't do things. I don't do many things without having already done it myself. But walking in the kingdom, it's not about follow the earthly person. We're only supposed to be sons or led of the Spirit of God, and that's the way that works. And what am I doing? If I do that, I'll go back to here. Yeah. Everything I'm saying is repeating. That's weird. It's just repeating to you. It's not repeating to anybody else. Everyone's fine. Let's see what else. So we go through kind of how I started in this. Not a deep history of cryptocurrency because you don't need a deep history. This is discussion about investing. We're not going to go so biblical, but the intro would be something like there was a time where, biblically wise, there was a guy that was three guys. Guys went to town. The master gives one servant 5 talents, another servant 2 talents, another servant 1 talent. We all know the bad servant or the non-investing servant took his talent and buried it in the ground. Most believer people, churchy people, we're not the most financially astute. So this will, and I'm really definitely in that category. So this will deal with people that have a default to just burying their talent. Just burying the talent into the ground and not do anything with it. So actions required for sure. There's no investment that you can do which is 100% safe. And again, our God isn't the safe God either. So we don't need to go there because that's just stupid. Our God's wild and awesome. So that's a good thing. It shouldn't be that long. And hopefully, while you're typing, that it'll get good. So for those who are in YouTube land, I didn't. What's been different here? Let me try to open up another window so I can see your typing. I was trying to open up the computer and it wouldn't do that. But there will be an audio, but the audio will not show the my cool PowerPoint I put together because I'm a teacher. I'm not a teacher, I'm really a trainer. Anyway, see, that's going to work. Yeah, I'll be able to see myself. Okay, so yeah, good text. Definitely listening to the Spirit on this one. Good answer. All right. Oh, that's not going to be good. Don't do that. Well, that was weird. I can't watch myself because it'll really that was not good. Okay, so here we go. So for the presentation, for those who can't see the presentation, and hopefully everyone can, let me go to the presentation. Yeah. So Bitcoin, hopefully I won't read all this. Bitcoin is one of 1,200 different cryptocurrencies, okay? We're looking at Bitcoin as a, I guess you could take notes, or you can send me an email or thingy, and I can send you these PowerPoints if you want. So so Bitcoin, again, is just one of many cryptocurrencies. There's nothing magic about a cryptocurrency. It's just a cool name that some very high technical people created. That it was one of the first. Some people think it was the first cryptocurrency. Another research said it was the third, but a guy wrote a paper on it. We're not really sure that that's his real name. Satoshi Nakamoto. No one's taking credit for the name. He's got a cool alias. I guess it's kind of like my alias. Oops, sorry. My alias was New Mystic on Facebook, and my 5 books are written by New Mystic. But they found me. They haven't found Satoshi Nakamoto. The key word on this screen here is an asset. So from Investing 101, we all have learned probably that homes and property, land and property, like a house, are good investments. So we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies. We're going to focus in on Bitcoin. Cool fact, in 22 May, 5 days after my birthday in 2010, a guy, I guess you could text me on my phone if you really wanted to say something. Yes, okay. Yes, you can do that. So if a messenger and me, send me that and I'll see it on my phone. That's what we'll do. And Elizabeth, you can send everyone everyone. It's not everyone up there. Well, yes. Anyway, so those who know me in Messenger, send me Messenger thingies. I can see them on my phone. But it was kind of wild. So some guy took a chance. Back then in 2010, the cryptocurrency Bitcoin was only worth probably 3 cents. And to make a real world transaction, to prove that Bitcoin had some value, this guy spent 10,000 Bitcoin to buy pizza, right? And I'm very experiential, and that's kind of how I got into this too. I was on Facebook one day, and on Facebook they have those little strange advertisements, which you can spend money to get your own advertisements. And I bought a windshield screen, and I spent approximately almost $60, $58 and some change on a windscreen. I bought one for me, one for my daughter. And I say that as in I wanted to see if this cool product that was well advertised would be any benefit. In my mind, I thought, well, I'm doing it for myself and my daughter, so it's okay. I'm not really losing out because it's a gift. That's how I thought of that. So I bought the cheesy thingy, put my credit card in there. I wasn't expecting a great return, and I did that. So I finished my transaction online, similar to this Laszlo Hanyas who bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. I wish he probably thinks like, oh my gosh, I should have kept that Bitcoin. I'd be a billionaire now. Well, he'd be a multi-millionaire now if he kept the 10,000 Bitcoin. Anyway, so right after I finished this transaction on Facebook, I go back to Facebook and I see a worship leader talking about Bitcoin and the same transaction, and I'm going to talk to you about. So he's sharing his story, kind of like I'm doing here. I'm using PowerPoint. He used a whiteboard similar to this one. So mine is brand new, and his is bigger. Anyway, so he used a whiteboard and Facebook, and then you know how you can do that video live thingy from Facebook. He used that, and I wasn't stunned by the opportunity. I was stunned by the fact that this worship leader guy who's supposed to be talking about Jesus or worship or Israel, that's his only topics: Israel, Jesus, and worship. That's it. But he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about money and investment. And my background is, money and churchy thingies and godly things don't go together. And I'm still renewing my mind, getting that poverty mentality out. Money is evil. So I was raised that money was evil. So I'm still getting that cleaned out. So I was stunned that this worship leader was talking about money because of my preconditioned thing about money and evil. So I'm like going, wrong, 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 bad, bad, bad. But I'm taking notes because I'm very legalistic. And I go to all the websites, and I'm curious why this guy is off the path and leading people to hell. I'm kind of extreme. Wasn't literally leading people to hell. Anyway, but I want to find out how bad it is. So he said for $60 you could, join this opportunity. And I had just wasted $60 on a Facebook commercial. I had $60 to burn on my PayPal thingy. So I spent an hour trying to give away $60, not to make an investment, but to see how bad this guy was. Because I wanted to know for a fact, if it cost me $60 to know this guy was stupid, then I was willing to invest because I was going to learn. That's how I learn. I'm an experiential learner. So I tried to give him my money because I thought it was a scam, and I couldn't. I tried. So I'm Googling trying to give away my money, and it took me about an hour to where I could do the sign up. And even the sign up was free, so I couldn't give away my money then. Then it took me like a week to try to figure out how to, once I was signed up, and I tried to still give away my money to something I didn't believe in, and I couldn't do that. Then I had to, when I signed up, the guy who I signed up with, who wasn't the guy on Facebook, said, how can I help you? And I go, I want to give you this money so I can figure out how bad this is. And he goes, whatever. And he, bought me a package. And then that was back in November. So you look at this timeline. I wasn't doing things in 2009, and neither was Bitcoin. So in 2009, between March in the beginning, Bitcoin was worth nothing, right? And some of you who have not looked at it probably still think it's worth nothing. And there's lots, and I gave you this chart because there are other cryptocurrencies that are the same place. They're worth 0 or 3/1000ths of a deal. So if you're speculating, if you're looking for an investment, and you're looking at it, you can Google list of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, those currencies are where Bitcoin is now, right? There's some place on that deal, right? And I show you the May date, the guy bought the pizzas. Then July 2010, it went up to 8 cents. Woohoo, right? Then it was the interesting thing is I did the research in December 2012. So this is, timeline, natural, supernatural stuff. It was very interesting to me that in December 2012, this is when the Mayan calendar thingy was, the end of the world, and all the people were freaking out, and nature, and people were looking how the world's going to end. But the Mayan calendar thing, December 21st, 2012, Bitcoin was at $13, right? And it was also the same year, Ian Clayton goes, hey, prophetic line, no one's seen beyond this date. And I was like going like, wow, what if someone had bought Bitcoin, not off of natural direction, but off of, hey, let's go for it. If you'd have bought $100 worth of Bitcoin on 21st December at the end of the world, you'd be $100, you'd be 100,000-aire. You wouldn't be a millionaire, but you would not be listening to this tape. You'd be like on a yacht someplace. You'd have over $500,000, right? If you just bought $100 worth, right? Your spare change at the end of the world. In November 2017, and this isn't going to be like, when did you hear first about Bitcoin? I heard about it and thought, what? Stupid. And, we got to get out of thinking here and following off our spirit. Anyway, so like I said in the story, November 14th of last year is when I saw a little silly thing on Facebook, ran around Google trying to give away my $60, and that's when I engaged with Bitcoin for the first time face to face. I bought one packet. I bought 0.0087, so that's 87 thousandths of the Bitcoin, right? On November 14th, Bitcoin was worth $6,000, $6,823. Okay, that's a big difference between 2012, right? So you can see in the last column there, in May 2010, there was a guy that did buy Bitcoin at he bought $100 worth of Bitcoin in 2000. What did he buy it? I think it was 2009, 10. Anyway, he bought it at 3 cents. So one Bitcoin was worth 3 cents. He bought $100 of that. If he'd kept that, his $100 worth of Bitcoin, today he'd have $21 million, right? And so when I think about that, I always go, man, I missed it. Darn it, I wish I'd have done that. I could have scraped up $100 and bought that. Wow. And so you can Google people who actually did that. So there's people out there who took a chance and bought something low, and it's worth a whole lot now. And some of us go, man, I wish I'd have known. Wow, darn it. My last point there, it's not too late, okay? This is January 2nd, 2018. There are people out there, of course, there's lots of people out there, they're looking at things like, hopefully you guys are on slide number 2. It has a Bitcoin value thingy. If not, you should be. Anyway, so what was I saying? Maybe lose my train of thought. Maybe you can't see that one. Can you see this one? Can you see that one? Okay, let me do this. Let me go back to our okay. So so the thing is with opportunities that come and go, there are opportunities, there are doors that are open and there are doors that are closed, right? And as we're going in, so you're going into this new year, the new Hebraic year 5778 is a year of it's not the open door, but it's a big door. And if you can't see it, then tough. I'll just send you the slides. There, okay. So basically, timeline is, so I believe, keyword I believe, and that's probably the main requirement is believing. I believe that the opportunity that some guy bumped into who spent, and this just wasn't one guy, that invested $100 and is now a multimillionaire. I'm believing that same kind of opportunity is available now, and that's why I'm sharing. I'm sharing also because I believe I'm led to share. So, as in, I was having dreams upon dreams upon dreams upon sharing this idea, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, you should teach this." And I thought, "Okay, it's just not me. Let me do this." So, again, my concern about sharing a good opportunity, it may come across as selling a good opportunity. And so this is where we walk by faith and not by sight. I personally can sell anything, okay? But this is not the goal of this meeting. I am sharing an opportunity that I'm doing, and I think I'm supposed to. So if you think you're not supposed to listen to opportunities, then run away, turn it off, go away. Okay. Now, this opportunity, I'm not going to talk about all 1,200, 1,200 plus cryptocurrencies. I'm going to talk about one, Bitcoin. Okay. And then as you understand one cryptocurrency, I think you'll be understanding upon other currencies, as in they're an asset. But the cryptocurrency market is volatile, which means it goes up and down a lot. I mean, so if you, I don't recommend you in your natural mind try to guess when it's a low price and then guess when it's going to be a high price. I don't recommend buying all of the, some are free apps, some are lots of apps that can show you this, and you just go whatever and you do trending. Anyway, but there are people who believe that the Bitcoin will reach $100,000 in this year, right? When I got in, again, it was at, what was it at? It was at, the other way. It was at 6,000. A month later, it was at 19,000. Okay. So, all these first slides are all about trying to say, hey, out of the 1,200 different types of cryptocurrencies, now there's like 1 gazillion types of investments. We're not talking about, all kinds of ways to invest money. We're not talking about all the ways of cryptocurrency. We're talking about one, okay? And because all is, that's a month-long conference, right? And you can buy those conferences for lots of money on Facebook. Don't do it. But I just wanted to show that the in the net, I mean, the cryptocurrency market is very up and down and moving, and so it means opportunity. Okay. Now I'm going to talk really about 4 different ways to take advantage of the Bitcoin opportunity. Right. So again, don't confuse, like I was confused for a month that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, that all cryptocurrencies were Bitcoin. So that's not true. They had these wild names out there. There's lots and lots and lots of different cryptocurrencies, right? And this conversation is about one of the cryptocurrencies, okay? And then 4 different ways to take advantage of Bitcoin. And again, the earlier slides we're set up to talk about why Bitcoin, because at one time it was worth 0 and now it's worth thousands of dollars. That's the whole deal there, and it has the potential to be worth tens of thousands. No, it's already done that, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And I'm making the, I guess, guesstimate, thought, whatever, that hey, you too can be like the guy that bought in at 3 cents. We can buy in at, where's that now, 15,000. Someone can go look it up now. But like, if you're like me, I can't go to my bank account and pull out $15,000 to invest into 1 Bitcoin. Okay. If I could, that's method number 1. It's a good deal. You saw the little chart, rapid, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's going to go down and it's going to go up. So buy it when it goes down and then sell it when it goes up. Or, method 1, buy some, hold it, and wait till it goes up and then sell it and you make a profit. That's called investing, right? That takes time. Well, it takes money, because if you buy a little Bitcoin, you get a little profit. You buy access to a lot of Bitcoin, you get a lot of profit, right? But the step number 1 of buying and selling is where I get nervous, and you have to watch the market, and it takes a lot of effort to buy low and sell high. Okay, I'm not recommending that. Okay, number 2, mining. Somehow, and I'm doing this one. This is for those who are like me. I'm not investing anything. Okay, so this is the $0 investment. It takes a long time. Anyone with a computer, anyone with a cell phone can actually partake in mining. Okay, there are things out there called faucets for most cryptocurrencies. Basically, you go to this website and say, hi, and you give them your name. Well, I'll say hi. You give them your name, first and last name, and an email, and they let you play games, and you earn Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency, but we're pretending like it's Bitcoin. And so you play a game like who played football in the playoffs, and they're not trick questions. You answer a question, you get Bitcoin, and then 15 minutes later, a new question generates. You answer the question. Actually, they give you the answer. You put the right answer in the question, you get Bitcoin. Now, you don't get a whole Bitcoin. That's $15,000 free. No, you get like you get a millionth of the Bitcoin, but it's free. So so that's one way. You answer a question, play a game, get some Bitcoin. Again, we've all agreed that getting Bitcoin is good because it's going to go up or down. When it goes up, you sell it. So you get some Bitcoin for free. But Wally, that's only like a third of a penny. Yeah, you keep playing the game. So that's the faucets. Okay. The mining, another application out there, every 15 minutes, it gives me 14 satoshis, which is like 14,000 the Bitcoin. But think about that. If I played that game with my computer and my off time, after a month and a half, I'd have enough of spending just my computer power and my push button. I'd have $50 for free, and so so then you could do that for free. So all those who are very what's that word? I don't know, concerned about using their own money, go the mining way, get enough money together, and go have dinner. Just prove it yourself. Okay, so I'm doing that one too. So I'm scraping together pennies of Bitcoin. So pieces of Bitcoin. Speculation, buy low, sell high, patience, and watching the charts required. This is where I'm scraping together my Bitcoin. Yay. I'm doing this one too. I bought about $50 worth of Bitcoin 2 weeks ago, and my $50 of Bitcoin is probably worth $70. So I didn't really buy it low, but I bought some, and I'm watching it. I'm like going, man, this is cool. So every once in a while, when I get all investor, on the Wolf of Wall Street, I'll watch it. It'll go, sell it. And no, sell it. No. This is all like seconds. I mean, it just. Now, if I wanted to invest into, there is all kinds of software out there that you could turn on your software. Of course, the software is not free. One is like $5,000, and the software is smarter than you are. And it will tell you when the lowest price on the planet there's Bitcoin, and you put money in there, that your bank account, and it will buy at the lowest place on the planet, not just in the planet, and then sell it the highest thing, and it will do that for you all day long, and you're making money off of speculation, right? And that's a bigger investment of your time, of your money, of your energy, and man, I don't like it because I get nervous watching the thing go, right? So I'm not playing there. Well, no, I'm not watching. I'm just a little bit as it's sitting there. So, but anyway, the one I am doing is this thing with the US iTech. So pretty much I'm taking my hard-earned money, and they deal with you with increments of 50 euros, right? So this is the one I'm going to focus on, and this is the one that we'll ask questions about because this is what I'm doing. Mostly I'm doing. So on that day, back in the 14th November, I had $62, actually $61 in my PayPal account. I found a stranger who was nice enough to buy me a package because it's increments of package. I entered the Bitcoin game with $61 and some change with some nice stranger who bought me a package and said, pay me back later. I'm thinking, I wouldn't do that. So anyway, but this guy did. He bought me a package because remember, the sign up for USA is free. And then if you want to do that, do it through me. But anyway, so the sign up was free. So I'm just waiting. He buys me a package, and sure enough, an hour later, it says one package. Yay! And now the promise of the US iTech thingy is you'll receive about 1% return on your investment per day until you receive 140%. So they take your capital, right, your one package, you buy it through dollars, and they change it to euros, and then they change it to Bitcoin. So again, the goal is to buy Bitcoin. So I bought some Bitcoin, okay, through USITech. And this is where I'm using the word leverage. So I'm leveraging the power and the size of this company called USITech, okay? They're taking my little bit of money and giving me back 1% per day. So my first day, I was all excited. I'm now investing in this weird thing called cryptocurrency, this weird thing called Bitcoin. And sure enough, they kept their promise. I looked at my thing on day one, and I got 0.75 or 74% back. Winner. I love winning. Now, of course, that was only equal to maybe 2 pennies, but I wasn't losing. I can't tell you how many things I've bought into that didn't even, they weren't worth nothing, right? So here I am. I'm doing this. So after a week, I was like, this is working. But I'm thinking it's only working because that strange guy bought it for me. I want to buy it myself, you know. So it took me a week to figure out. I mean, I had to join it. I joined all these thingies, you know, and gave all my bank information, and that was a bad one. I did one. They're like, I'm sorry, you're American. I go, I know I'm American. I gave you photos and passports and driver's license, and at the end of the day, literally, end of 5 hours, you tell me that I can't sign up because I'm American? I thought that was really rude. They could have told me that when he got my address the first time. Anyway, so I invested. I gave away $61 to prove that they were a scam. I then gave away another $61 to see if I could do something with the scam. Then I was so focused on trying to find the scam, I didn't ask the father how it's going. So this is investing with the father, right? So as I'm playing this game, I went, Lord, you know, when I gamble, this is gambling. When I gamble, I always do it wrong. And he clearly told me, not told you, told me, if you listen to me, you can ride this wave and profit. I was like, is that me making this up? This is a strange voice in my head. I've got a great imagination. So I thought, that's got to be me, because I personally don't think God cares about my riches. I know he does, but this is me working through me. So I was like, was that God? I was like, well, the principle is, you know, my sheep, that's me, hear his voice. And he is never, I'm 55. How old am I? 55? I think I'm 55. I'll be 56 this year. I think it's true. Anyway, I'm in my 50s. Whenever I've followed him, he is faithful and true, right? Whenever I've done things on my own, and not so good track record. So I'm thinking like, okay, let's see this. Did I actually hear him? And I was like, I think I did. I don't know. But I had one package bought for me. Then I had, I found a way to buy my own. Then I was like, is this God? Is this me? Is this God? Is this me? Is this me and God? Is this me? And then I'm like, okay. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to believe that you told me that to stay in this investment until you say get out. All right, I believe you. And then I don't know how the Lord speaks to you or leads you. I was in my messy room, and he goes, open an envelope. And I was like, what envelope? And I opened it up, and I found out that I found in the envelope was a reminder of I had invested a 401k type thingy, and I was letting it ride. I actually forgotten about it. And long story short, I call the company, and they go, Mr. Johnson, how you doing? Fine. I said, hey, you know, the last time I think I pulled money out from you guys, there's a big fee for early withdrawal. You know, how much is that fee again? Because the principle, I want my money working for me, not working against me. And so the money that I had in this account was working for me, but wasn't working its best for me, because now I'd bumped into something that's giving me 1% return per day. Now, 1% on $60 isn't a whole lot, you know, but what's 1% off of more? Okay, so long story short, I got a check from, I bought a car, opened it up, it was a check for $151. I bought three more packages, and then anyway, so I got 6 packages. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm fully invested, all of $300 ish now. Anyway, so this is the company I'm playing with. So if you can't read it, it says USI Tech is a technology company that is leading the field in the development of automated trading software in the Forex market. So they've been around for a while. They're not just somebody that came up yesterday. They also have innovating technology, whatever, that plays well in the cryptocurrency game. They're also a direct sales company. I believe they're based in Dubai. Hope that doesn't scare you. It's a place I want to go to. Will I go there this year? I don't know. It's on my list of places to go. Anyway, so you can be a distributor of packages and earn commission. I'm not doing that. I'm not talking about that opportunity. But it's kind of cool, that one. But that's for those who go further, who are doing the recruiting. This is not a recruiting call. This is what Wally's doing, and you may find an opportunity for you too. Anyway, they've been around for a while. Forex is foreign currency, right? Cryptocurrency is a digital currency. So they've been playing in the, I'll buy a dollar, then I'll buy a Japanese yen, then I'll buy the Australian dollar, then I'll sell it back for a dollar. So they make money off of that stuff. They've been playing in that world for a while. Okay. So this next slide starts off with a new mindset's required. So the mindset is trust, right? Now, I am doing my best not to trust a system, because systems and me don't go well together. And it seems like systems are designed to hurt me, and that's actually scripturally true. The world systems, be not be conformed to this world. So systems are bad. I am trying to be a son and led of the Spirit, and I am a son led of the Spirit, and I'm trying to just trust what He's saying and not what I'm seeing or what I'm thinking. And I'm brilliant, but I'm not trying to do this stuff. So, so again, this company promises 1% return per day, and it gives you back your capital when it gets to 140%. So but you can pull out your return on your investment when you want. When I started, the minimum was you couldn't pull off unless you had at least $10 of return. So $10 was, I think, like at day 20, day 24. But just recently, I think they've doubled it. So you can't take money, you can't withdraw your return on your investment until at least like $25, right? And so basically it holds your $60, which is not $60 because now you've bought Bitcoin. So every time Bitcoin goes up, your investment goes up, and they give you 1%. So it's kind of you get a twofer. You're getting the benefit of Bitcoin increasing because it's going to, and whether it increases or not, you still get 1% per day. Okay. So again, it's not a dollar value, it's Bitcoin value. Okay. So the 140% they think it will come in 140 days, but again, your capital is there until it reaches 140%. So at the end of 140 days, you can take back your $60+ and any other return that you got, or you can let it ride. You can reinvest it. Okay. Anyway, but the fun part comes and on the free dashboard, you can play with the BTC package calculator and play the game of, what if I had 10 packages? What if I had 5 packages? What would it be if I did, like, if I let it rebuy automatically? What if I? So that's a fun game to do that. But here's the cool fact. Daily compounding begins at 100 packages. That means when you have 100 packages in there working for you, every day it will give you back a package. Okay. So every day you get a package. And that's the fun game, because right at 20 packages, you get another package every 5 days. That means 21 packages. So for those who are like going, well, is US iTech taking my $60 and every other poor person $60, and that's how they make their profit? No, they are making their profit off of using their supercomputer powers. They're doing mining, they're buying other Bitcoins, they're on other trading platforms. That's a big company. When you're really wealthy, you can get investments off of stuff that's you get to play. If you're a big boy, big girl with lots of money, you get to go to the places that give you 25% return on your investment. Of course, you have to invest at levels of millions of dollars. This is where I'm leveraging this company on my behalf. I don't have millions of dollars yet, but they do. So I am doing that until I become millions, and then I'll be led of the Spirit to do something else with my money. Right now, I'm being led to use US iTech for my benefit, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, so when you invest your money, you can say, okay, give me my 1% per day, and watch it like I did for the first week. Look at there, it did it again, there it again. So first day was like 75%, next day was 84%. The day 5 was I got 1.07% return. If you can see this screen here, this just shows you where you can go. 20 packages will compound, will become 100 packages in 223 days, right? Someone asked me and said, hey, what if I'm a single parent? Is this a good investment? Well, I think so. I'm not a single parent, but I'm chintzy. I'm tight with my money. So I'm playing. But see, again, when your packages multiply, that's not your money. I mean, it's your money, but it's like free money. Right now, if anyone has, this is bad, if anyone has a savings account, you're making 2.5% per year. Okay. So your money isn't working very well for you. If you have a 401k, you may be making 14, 20, 25% per year, right? This opportunity is on the average between 0.75% to 1.5% per day. And you can watch it. And I watch it all the time. But so this is what you really want. I mean, not necessarily this, but you want your money working for you. This is a way I'm finding, and again, I say I'm finding because so far it's doing everything it's promised me, okay? So right now my goal is to get to 20 packages so that I let it ride, and I'll have 100 packages in 223 days, right? I'll get 1 new package per week, okay? And once I get to 100 packages, then I'm making $60 a day. And this is that passive income, right? That's like $200-ish a month that I can pull off and put in my pocket to buy stuff, right? My current goal, and this is short term, this is me being me, is to set this up to where it pays for my next conference. My next conference will be Dr. O and Justin Abraham on a cruise in September, right? So if I hit my goals here, I will not be paying for my cruise and conference out of my pocket. My investment will pay me, and I will pay them. Okay, and I'm on track to do that. And so, But if you get to where you're doing 200, so 100 packages, you're just making some money, right? And again, 100 packages is making you a package per day. And then I don't know how fast it becomes 200 packages, but let's do the math. So about 100 packages, package per day, so that's 5 packages per week. Oh, so it only works Monday through Friday. So it's in the, doesn't work on weekends, right? So 5 times 20 is 100. So if I have 100 packages in 20, that can't be right. 5, 10, 15, 20 weeks? In 20 weeks, I'd have 200 packages? Wow. Okay, this is like stupid, right? So, and again, what I feel in my spirit is these numbers are awesome and they're going to work. They're not going to work forever, okay? The little voice in my head is like, do not trust this forever. Trust me forever, not me, but the Lord forever. So this is for every believer who believes in the voice of the Lord and has a relationship with Him, and you're good that way, then you're good. If you get all excited like I do sometimes and go, thanks, Lord, for pointing the way, I go run after it and I don't ask Him for more guidance. So I'm going to learn in this situation, okay, He's led me this far. Wally, keep listening and do what He says. If He says, get out now, I need to pull out and get out and not do what I've done before. Well, you didn't tell Joy to get out, and she's still making money. So it's not about making money. Now, you will make money, but it's not about making money. It's about listening to Him. If you listen to Him, you'll be rich and taken care of. He has a strategy. The Lord always leads to victory. Now, not you guys are better than I don't always follow Him to victory. Okay, He will always lead me. But if I choose not to go His way, that's on me. That's not on Him. Okay. He doesn't drag anybody. That's called controlling manipulation. There's a guy called the accuser does that. Anyway, so these numbers are staggering and ridiculous, right? But if you got money that's not working for you, this is where I thought you may want to look at something that helps you. Okay, that's it for that. Okay, let's see if you guys are still there. Shoop, shoop. And you are. Wow, it's good. I should be stopped screen sharing. Yeah, good. Cancel. All righty. So, all two of my live audience, any questions on where we at? Thoughts, fears, concerns? Okay, this is where you ask questions. This is where you have to ask questions because there's thousands of people out there that are going, what? You talk too fast. What? I couldn't see the slides. I'm. So, what's going on?
Okay, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Okay, USI Tech. Will they pay you more per day if they make more than what the guarantee is?
No. Their goal is to get you. Their promise is to use your money until you get back 140%. Now, if they have a super day, you can make 3%, but they're not promising you that, right? They're promising between to average 1%. That's the promise. So the answer is yes. I mean, if they had a super day, whatever that means, they may give you more, but they're not obligated to their promise to give you more, right? So the few people I've talked to have only seen, I think, 1.5% is what they've seen on a I guess it was a great day, right? Did I answer your question?
Yes. Thank you, Wally.
Yeah. And that's a good question, because see, if we're looking at other investments, like, hey, what will they do? Hey, what will they do? So then we got to go with, is company number 7, are they reputable, right? Since they're I don't know this for a fact, but there are lots. Well, you can go Google, put in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. There are lots of groups and lots of people saying, "Give me your money, and I'll give you back some money." Right? And with numbers higher than 140%. Okay. I was like, what? How can they do that? What? Now, I have not gone there. One, because I've not been led to go there. But am I curious to go there? Yes. This is where it's not a scripture, but curiosity did kill the cat, right? So I'm not a cat. I'm not supposed to be following the feline, whatever that is. I'm learning and getting better and better at being led of the Spirit and following the Holy Spirit, right? So I was led here, right? Are there other reputable companies out there? Maybe, probably are. Should I be digging and looking? No, no digging. Digging is you, okay? Following is what you're called to do, okay? This is an investment for those looking to make a big deal. This is a opportunity at bare minimum to exercise your senses, exercise your relationship, right? 4 or 5 years ago, I invested $2,000, not because of the great presentation, and it was a great presentation, and I did see it as a benefit, but the bottom line for me was my $2,000, I wanted to invest it in the relationship. So me and this guy, we're still good friends today. The investment has not paid off, but I have a good friend now, right? So in that situation, to me, it was his relationship. I was willing to invest and lose $2,000 to build my relationship. Now, I wasn't buying the guy, but us guys, we have issues with being, making friends. In that moment, I thought, I'm going to trust his word, and I'm going to back up my action. I'm going to back up my thoughts with action. The action for me was, here's some money, and he was like, oh, so you agree with, well, whatever. I want to spend more time with you. So, and that was 4 years ago, and the investment has not paid zero. Okay. Now, I went back and got my half of that back, and the other half he still has. Now, that person who watches video, and he'll know who he is watching me on this investment. He's like, Wally, because I've not invested half as much of what he's done around the world and stuff. He's like, I hope it works out for you. I've lost money before. Da, 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 da. I go, well, I'm going to see. I'm not going to see if US iTech is faithful. I'm going to know that my Lord is faithful. There's a big difference there, right? I'm not trusting US iTech. Now, I've gave them some money, but my trust is in, okay, I'm leaning, not if I'm understanding. I am trusting the Lord, okay? So that's what I'm doing. So if I'm supposed to get out after this video, then I guess I have to send out a note saying, hey, I'm no longer in that. Hope you guys do good, But that's what I'm doing. So I'm learning, right? We're supposed to be the head and not the tail. We're supposed to be the ones who are led to buy something at 3 cents or $11. And a friend of mine, this is a trip, and some of you know the story, but for those who don't, I posted it on a page, hey, this is what I'm doing, and then people shared their stuff, and then we did an ascension, and in the ascension, we find a beast, and I ascended higher and was looking down, and two of them cut open this green beast. And I was like watching from my ultra high place, and then they go, look, I said, gut them, and they did, and out came coins. I knew immediately that those are cryptocurrencies. Now, I didn't say that on the ascension, but I to me, it was a confirmation, right? And so we go further on in this ascension, and we go to planet Pluto. And one of my friends is on Pluto. We're all there doing whatever we're doing, and some spiritual being. Of course, I think I might have lost all the viewers. What are you talking about? What's this do with him? So whatever. This is new mystic version, right? So my friend is doing something not with us, and a being, a being on the planet Pluto gives her a coin, right? And so she doesn't share that during the ascension, she shares it afterwards. And so then a week or two later, I'm like, I believe those coins are all cryptocurrencies. She says, whatever. I go, well, in spiritual realms, everything is just not black and white or taken at face value, right? And she's not responding. And I go, like, if you hear the word bologna, it doesn't mean a meat that comes out of the refrigerator. It can mean something that sounds like bologna. It could be like ball full of phony. So you've got to trust not in what you hear in the spirit realm, but go, Father, is that something relevant? So I said to her, I said, well, wouldn't it be wild if when you told me that this being on Pluto gave you a coin, what if that coin was a cryptocurrency? She's like, what are you talking about? I go, I'm just saying, wouldn't that be cool if that was? I mean, what do you think? Well, I thought it'd be kind of cool. And it was just a wild thought that came in my head. We hang up or whatever, and I Google Pluto cryptocurrency. To my surprise, there is a Pluto cryptocurrency that was trading on the day that I did that. It was trading $11. Now, it wasn't Pluto, Pluto cryptocurrency. It was Pluton, Pluton. And I'm going like, are you kidding me? And I'm going like, oh my gosh, it's $11. Now, if I was that person, I would have figured out some way to buy some Pluton, because that was totally spiritual. It freaked me out. Now, I'm trying to figure out, now, do I buy that because I know her? Does that count for me? And I'm being real, right? So in this realm right now, we are God's kids, King's kids. We're trying to figure out what's going on. We're the head, not the tail. We're above, not beneath. But I'm telling you, the Lord's talking, right? Now, I did not go up and buy Pluton, but if you're curious, you should Google it because it's real, right? Now, in everything out there, there are, good things and bad things, right? Not every cryptocurrency that you can afford is a good investment, right? Again, I'm only talking about Bitcoin and my route of leveraging USI tech, right? So, and all intents and purposes, little me, is using big USI tech for my benefit, right? And just to throw in a little teaching point, that's how kings rule. Kings leverage, right? Kings make decisions, kings act. So if you want to practice being a king, here is another way to practice. Will I get rich? I'm not talking about getting rich. I'm talking about if you want to practice being a king. So the USI tech way to being a king cost you $60, period, right? And that money is working for you. Again, if you wanted to apply this to another cryptocurrency that you feel led to go with it. Don't go on your own. Don't go based on what you think or scanning the charts and going, anything that's worth 3 cents right now, I'm going to buy. That's called guessing, okay? It may be a good guess, but that's living by the knowledge of the tree of good and evil and not by a relationship with the tree of life, which is Jesus, okay? So hopefully we're okay with mixing real life, which is spiritual, and this earthy stuff that has money involved. And hopefully you guys have renewed your mind more than I have on money. Rich is a good thing. Now, if being rich affects you in a bad way, don't be rich. Build on your relationship. Okay, more questions because, this, I mean, out of reality, I mean, there should be a lot of questions because this is real money, right? I mean, I'm not finding money on the streets. Well, I did the other day. I was talking to someone about this, and I went into a CVS store, and I guess when I pulled my keys out of my pocket, um, a $5 bill fell on the ground, and I was talking about how you could throw your money away, and da, 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 da. So I go to CVS, I buy this item, and I realize I don't have all the money. I think, oh well, I must have forgot. I walk outside, and there's my $5 bill. Still, is not blown away. It's sitting there next to my tire, and I'm going like, "Are you what?" Now I'm not trying to make a big deal about that, but my $5, my $1, my pennies, somehow God cares about that. I looked at my as I walked back to the car. I saw my $5 just sitting there. I've been in the store for a bit, and I was like, going, huh. Now, all I'm saying is, if you are needing and looking, you should be not going to me, but going to He and going, is this something for me to do? If yes, for those who are on the call, you can, I guess, somehow find me via Facebook and ask for more questions. But this is not about convincing your head to do something. This is about focusing your head. This is setting your mind on things above and then acting out of your inner man. Okay. Now, your inner man needs to use into natural currency to see if this is an opportunity for you. Or you can call me up whenever you want to call me and go, hey, Wally, how is your plan going? And I have no problem telling you how my investment is going. But what I don't want to do is, according to my plan, I should be able to pay for my cruise by, this is January, February, March, April-ish time frame. It's a fairly cheap cruise. April, May time frame. My goal is for my birthday. So, but what I don't want to do is rub my blessing in your face. I have no problem reporting how it's going, but I don't want you to feel bad when you go, man, I watched that video. I felt like I should have done it and I didn't do it. Man, I feel horrible. Okay. So don't do that. But again, if the Lord's leading you or you're trying to figure out, and we all need to figure out how we live this life with Him. Okay. And that's the deal. It's really a with thing. And you may not He may not be leading you to invest anything, anytime, anywhere. He may be leading you to pray for me. Anyway, but whatever. But this is just sharing where I am, right? So, more questions. I guess questions for me. Like if I was looking for an investment, I've been asking a lot of questions. If you're not asking questions, then that means you're not going to do it, which is okay because I kind of don't care. But anyway. I guess if there are no questions, we'll just turn off this broadcast and turn off my recorder and we're done. It's only been an hour and 20 minutes. I've only been talking for an hour. Okay, come on. And I apologize for the YouTube people who I can't see. And, oh, yes. So, Deborah, you can answer the question this way because I'm looking at my phone and I said that already. Ooh. Who else is asking questions? No one's on there. Where did you go? So, hurry up, type fast. So those on YouTube, if you send it, you can, no, we'll do that. Get on Messenger and send me a friend request, and then I'll see your message and answer your question. Okay, no. Deborah's writing. See which slide. Yeah, send me an email, whatever. I can see the slides. That was for Elizabeth. Man, if you guys don't have a question, I have to have a teaching on questions. I think questions are one of the most powerful forms of communication. I think in the book of Job, when God asked Job his 50 questions, I taught him that one time. I need to teach him again. The questions weren't to condemn Job; they were to trigger Job to realize something. And I think when we if we allow a question to trigger something in us, or to trigger, you're not triggering something in God, but you may the question positions you to receive an answer. Another place was that, okay, I'll read the question out loud. Some say in 2019, the energy cost of mining Bitcoin will be equal to the entire USA energy consumption. How will Bitcoin cryptos get around that energy cost? Good question. Here's the cool thing about, so if you know, I don't know this, it takes a certain amount of energy to actually produce a $1 bill, $5 bill, those bills. But we know that our U.S. currency, I apologize for those who are on the countries, we know that our U.S. currency is not backed up by anything. So it's called a fiat currency, as in fiat means fake, means something else in Latin. Fiat, it's a front. So if you take your dollar bill, or your $5 bill, or your $20 bill, and go to a bank and say, I want what this is worth, they'll just laugh at you because the bill is not worth $20 or $1. Now, if you took gold, you can, it's gold can be weighed and then you can get the value of it, right? Now, the Bitcoin, where did I write this down at? They're only going to mine. They've mined like, so they're not. So we can make dollars, don't we? Our U.S. government, U.S. Treasury can make dollars until the sun comes down or the cows come home, whatever. They're only going to mine Bitcoin to 100 million coins or some number. Okay, but there's a number. It's a cap. Okay, once they hit that number, they're going to stop. They're going to hit that number by 2019. I think it's 2019. Now, when they stop, when they get that number, the number set, when they hit that number, there is going to be, now you're going to kick in supply and demand. They're not going to keep mining or creating Bitcoin. They're going to stop at that magical number. When they do that, then the price of Bitcoin will go up. There is speculation that a Bitcoin will, when that happens, a Bitcoin may be worth $1 million per coin. That's stupid. Now, I don't think I'll be riding that wave until then. Okay, I'm going to ride the wave until whatever. So, for me, this great question about how will Bitcoin cryptos get around the energy cost, they're going to reach their number, or they may stop. Let's pretend like the energy cost triples. They didn't plan for it. They're going to stop creating the currency. Once they stop creating currency, the price has to go up. It's supply and demand, right? Excellent question. So they're not going to get around the cost. The cost will go into the cost of the energy to create will go into the value of the coin, right? It's like when mining diamonds in some place in the world. the more it costs to get the diamond, the more precious a diamond is. Same thing with Bitcoin. The more it costs to do that, it's going to be, the more it costs to create a cryptocurrency, the more valuable it's going to be. Now, that's not going to be true for all of the cryptocurrencies. It will be for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is one of the first ones out the gate, right? Yeah. Yes, where can I play games and earn Bitcoin? You can do like I did. Use Google. I typed. I had a friend, a Facebook friend who's in some country. He's been led by the Lord not to do any investing, and hopefully he's okay. I'm not using his name, and I'm like, what? But anyway, I don't understand that. But no, I do understand him listening. And so when I sent a very weak ping up there to I had like 5 or 6 pages up there, and this guy came back, knew all kinds of stuff about Bitcoin. I mean, I'd heard the name maybe a couple years ago, but didn't research it all. This guy knew all about it. He goes, oh, go here, go to this faucet. I go, faucet? And of course, my mind thinking, faucet, water, faucet, water. And I'm like, dude, what's a faucet, right? So week 2 or 3, so November 14th is when I started. So around Thanksgiving time, this guy sent me all these links. So I typed in Google Bitcoin faucets, and I got a page of like, I don't know, 80 different faucets. I'm like, what? And so, I mean, I was like, okay, let's try this one. Now, some are good, some are bad. I mean, good as in they time for money. You play a game. Then I lost, so like hit the button and got 20 portions of a Bitcoin, which is probably worth like it was like 0.0000701 of a Bitcoin. But then with that, I can go to this same page, click here. Do you want to multiply your coin? And then you click a button, and it's high, low. It's over, under. And so you bet if when you click the button, will your number be higher than this number? If it's higher, then you get, well, it depends on your bet. If you bet higher and you win, you get double, right? So now I'm gambling, right? Or if you click the button and it's between a price range, you get more Bitcoin, to where you could actually gamble and get a full Bitcoin. I was like, what? Of course, that's a temptation, right? I wasn't led of the Spirit to play this. I was like led by Wally. And I'm going click, click, click. I'm winning, losing, winning, losing. And I thought, Wally, stop winning and losing. Win. Listen to the Holy Spirit and when to press the button. So again, I have the opportunity to beat the system by leaning not upon here, but walking in the Spirit. Now, several times the Spirit of God said, go away. I was like, I want to play. And so I won and lost some more. And that was just stuff. But that was just one of hundreds of faucets out there. I was like going, so meanwhile, I was going back to my easy peasy safe one, where all I do is every 15 minutes type in yes, and I get 14 Satoshis. And then I got another one that's nice and easy. It's mining for me. You just turn it on, and it goes, you want to mine? Yes. It's going ying, 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 ying. And I turn, I go, look, it's working. Now, what I don't know is it's using my computer power, right? What I don't know is how much power is going out, right? And so I'm thinking, like, so I did touch my computer. It was getting warm. Okay, so I was like, So I ran it one all night, and I got like 0.0002 Bitcoin, which is like $4 for free. Well, it cost me nothing. My poor computer, it may have been sweating all night. But again, that was one. I've only tried 1, 2, 3, maybe a handful of these things. I mean, there's several of them that just say, we'll give you, if you press this button or type in 3 letters, we'll give you some Bitcoin every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, every minute. But you have to do an action, right? And that action is giving somebody power to do stuff. Now you could go buy a computer for yourself and make sure it's got super processing power and turn it on, and it'll process faster than the computer that I'm on right now. So it's just stuff that's available. Again, I was on the end. I was like, this has costed me nothing other than waiting every 15 minutes. Again, that first faucet was my friend tell me about it, and I went to that one. I went to another one that was older and wasn't available anymore. I shouldn't have done the gambling one, and that was my weakness. But good question. And yes, no, I don't think there's anything out there that gives you $10,000 for free, unless if the Holy Spirit leads you there, you go for it. I have not been led to do that, because then I would get busy trying to trust that and not Him. So that's I know me a little bit. It's kind of my issue. But good question. Any more questions? Okay. You're fully in faith, and you guys know enough now, and you're going to go off and speak to your best friend, the lover of your soul, and find out if you're going to do this. And so for those who are going to go this route that I'm on, yay, and I'm here to help. Those who are not going to go this route, yay, tell me what route you're going to go on. I know I need money to do stuff. I mean, I'm traveling. Where am I traveling? Traveling to Georgia in February. So I need gas money and food money to get to Georgia so I can teach on something cool. But at the same time, trusting the Holy Spirit on travel. I went to New Zealand last year, and now I'm bragging on God. I went to New Zealand last year, and it cost me to go $60, 60, right? It cost me to bring my drum $200, $100 there and $100 back. That was expensive because it cost more for my drum to go to New Zealand than me, which is kind of like, what? But that was because, the long story, I was listening to the Spirit of God, and a long way around, it got me there. So it's a longer story, but if you follow Him, He'll take you great places. And just on the money note, like I said, it cost me to get there $60. It cost me $200 to get my drum there and back. And so for $260, I spent 2 weeks in New Zealand, and it was that price because I listened to the Holy Spirit and did what she said, and I got to go. And so there's lots of adventures, and right now on this planet, we've got to, we always got to listen. Okay, we got another question. What was the program you mentioned that buys Bitcoin at lowest price, sells at highest price? Now, I did not mention a program that does it for you. I did mention that I'm in a system, application. So again, for me to buy Bitcoin, you need a coin wallet and stuff they don't tell you. So I'll tell you everything. You need a wallet. So to get a wallet, I use a thing called Coinbase, COIN base, Coinbase. Coinbase is attached to my bank account and a debit card. So when I'm ready to buy Bitcoin, I send money from my bank account to Coinbase. Coinbase is a wallet, just like a men's wallet or a purse for ladies. Okay, so right now in Coinbase, Coinbase deals with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So, those three cryptocurrencies. Now, since I'm playing the Bitcoin game, I've got to get my US dollars out of my bank into Bitcoin, because you buy your packages in Bitcoin, okay? Because you want your Bitcoin to go up, because the US dollar is not going up, and no one's paying 1% interest on the US dollar. So I'm not anti-American, I'm just saying that's the truth. So Coinbase, so taking my money out of my US account into Coinbase, I buy Bitcoin. And I have it there because I want to buy more packages. But while it's there, I can look at it because Coinbase has the charts. You can look at how Bitcoin is doing at the 1 year, 6 month, 2 month, 1 day, and 1 day. And it's, no, that's not true. It's going, oh, I can use my chart. It goes like this. Yes, it goes. Oh, you can't see that. That's blue. And skip my black. It goes. It goes. Yeah. This is the game. I mean, this is almost like a chart. So obviously, if you want to buy here, this is the buying game. You buy here, and you wait till it's up here to sell, right? And you can do it on your own, or you can buy cool software that will forecast it for you. But all these charts are available. You can actually download this for free to your cell phone and spend all of your waking moments trying to figure out, trying to track that. But it's moving this fast in seconds, right? Now, if you wanted to do this, you want to trend it over days. So don't set it for seconds or an hour. You know, you go, okay, wow, it's at $15,000. Look, it's going down, 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 down. You guess, you buy it here, and you wait till it goes higher, right? And then you buy it, you sell it there, and then you wait till it goes down, and you buy it. Again, so much effort. I mean, it's like me holding this pen. You can do that. Again, this only works for those who see it. So the person who asks the question is not watching my acrobatics on the camera, but you can watch it later on YouTube. No, you can't. You're watching it. No, you are. Yes, you are. Anyway, so the point being is, it takes effort to track or manage the chart, right? Now, there's people out there who are making tens of thousands of dollars doing this. So if you have the aptitude and be patient to watch it go up and go down, and then to act accordingly, go for it. This happens to not be my strength. My first investment ever was when I first job out of college, joined a company and I got a 401k, and the company said, "What do you want to invest in?" I don't know. So I was lazy. Don't be lazy. And I didn't research anything, but I wear a lot of Nike. So I invested in Nike, and I heard gold was good. So I invested in Nike and gold just because. And it did really good. So then, because I'm an experiential learner, I was like, Lord, I'm getting like 15 to 20% return on my 401k. If I tithe 10%, what will I get from my tithe? And he didn't say anything. And I said, okay, the Bible verse says, try me in this. So for several years, I compared my tithe to my 401k. Okay. Both of them, I was taking out 10% from the gross. So one was going into Nike, into gold. Other one was going into my local church, right? And for 2 years, my Nike and gold had a visible higher return than my invisible. No, it was real. I mean, it was 10% out of my gross. So I saw it go, but I never saw anything come back. And so periodically I'd go, hey, Lord, I'm beating you with my gold and Nike. Not gold and Nike, it's my gold investment and my Nike investment. And I'm still throwing my 10% over here in the local church. I'm going, yeah. Then I got laid off from my job. Therefore, no more 10% going into my gold fund, into my Nike fund. But I think I kept doing gold money into my 10% to my church fund. And so in that time I got laid off in my city in Alabama, the the market was way low, and they were like, no one's getting hired and all that. So I was like, whatever. Anyway, long story short, I got a job faster than most, and I got a 20+% increase in salary. And the little voice, who was the great guy, goes, beat ya. Because 20% in my gross salary was way higher than the return I had gotten off of the my gold investment, 401k, and my Nike investment. So again, I made a little test, and we're okay, because I'm getting to know God, and you're getting to know God too. But he's not embarrassed by money. He's not scared of money. He's awesome. So, any more questions? I'll write that down there for you can read them there. So it's Coinbase. Coinbase is my wallet. To purchase. Again, you can buy lots of stuff. So thank you for that question, and that's all I got. All righty, you get 15 seconds before I shut her down. And if you're just being shy, then you could ask questions after that, but then it won't benefit the other people who are watching live, all 4 other viewers. Okay. Oh, I feel a question coming. Well, it's a vibration. So anything else? Yeah, again, take a chance. Do you use any other exchanges? I'm very experimental. So there's a Facebook page, which I won't advertise here, that I'm on. That's a Bitcoin deal. So the guy who owns the page, who's got 1,151 packages. What did I say? 1,000. I said, hey, I'm looking about buying some packages. How much lead time do you need? And the guy who has 1,151 packages, well, he did a week ago, he's got more now. He writes back and says, well, I make between $2,500, between $2,500 to $3,000 per day. This is a real person, not a Google, not a YouTube, this is a real person who shows me a picture of his page. He goes, he doesn't know me at all. I'm just on his page. And he goes, yeah, I'm whenever you're ready. I'm going, yeah, because 20 packages is only like $1,500. He makes $2,500 per day by doing nothing. That's called passive income, and it's not killing people, and it's not cheating people, and it's not. So there are other passive incomes. We all know right now, this is January 2nd, 2018, and right this second in the state of California, marijuana is legal, and there's lots of people who are making some money off of something that was illegal a few years ago. I lived in California for a while. It was illegal then. But now all they're growing is now a lucrative business, right? I don't, even the medical stuff, that's not for me, right? Anyway, do you use any other exchanges besides Coinbase? There's one called GDAX, which I just joined. It's GDAX, which I just joined after talking to the guy who makes $2,500 passively. Anyway, he's on that one, and so I've looked at that. That one's got more colors and more chartsy stuff. So yeah, but again, Coinbase, GDAX, those are just wallets and buying it. And there's a fee, there's a fee on using your ATM. Oh, this is a good point. I just ordered my from Coinbase has a debit card, and so the way that I perceive the future going, or want to go on my cruise, I'm going to bring my Bitcoin debit card and buy stuff from my returns, because I'll just move it from US iTech into Coinbase. Coinbase is my ATM card called Shift, which I had to find out my own. I don't know why they don't advertise things. It's like, advertise so I can find it. Anyway, so I should be getting my Shift card any week now. So by the time I get to my cruise, I should have money in Coinbase. And Coinbase gives me access to my debit card off of Coinbase, and I'm going to live off of my debit card. So you don't do what you don't want to do. I'll learn more by next month, but you don't want to do what I did in my ignorance. I joined a bunch of things, and like I said earlier, that I joined one group that I gave all kinds of information, and then I found out they told me we don't do Americans, and I'm like, I gave them photos of me and signatures and my passport picture. I'm thinking, okay, that wasn't good. Coinbase has been around for a while, and I'm using it now, and so far nothing weird's happened. You can do others. You know, obviously you want to make sure you're having your money work for you and go for the lowest transaction fees and stuff, right? So very good question though. All righty. I think what else? So maybe my personal goal of paying off my cruise based off my investment is too low, but it's manageable and it's real. It's just not that last page I showed you where people were making, $10,000 per month off of passive. That's just wild. But I think if I get to that point, and that point is 200 days from, hopefully by the end of this month, I should have 25 Bitcoins in place. And then 20 weeks later, max, 20 weeks later at full rebuy, I'll have 100 coins. I'm only making a coin per day. Because at 21 coins, you make an extra coin per day. And in 20 weeks, I'd have 100, then I make 100 a day. Then that'll be cool. Okay, so let's see where this goes. And again, if you find me via YouTube or Facebook, whatever, and you have questions about where it's going, again, write this down. It started November 14th, 17th, whatever the date that was. What date was that? Hold on. I started playing the Bitcoin game on come on, slide, on 14th November. And my goal is to, my short-term goal is to pay for my cruise, which leaves in September. Final payment is due May 31st. And I think I can do it. And after that, it's see where the spirit leads. So thank you so much for joining my first financial. I never thought I'd do a financial training. Yeah, so thank you for joining my first financial one. Again, any questions, you can find me either on my YouTube channel, or you can track me down on Facebook, or send me an email if you want the slides, or if you want to stay in contact on the where I'm going with opportunity, or if you need help getting a coin. Like I said, it took me a week to buy a coin. I didn't buy it. Someone bought a package. A coin is $15,000 to buy a package. So some stranger helped me. So I'm not a stranger to you guys. So if you need help, let me know. If you want to know progress, let me know, and we're good to go. So thank you for being a part of my journey. What is this? This is January, so that means I've been November, December, September. Wow, not 2 months yet.